All right, everybody. We are back on the JBLUE Radio, the JBLUE Show on Spreaker.com, and I have two special guests. I got my co-host, Cole Red, and I got a special artist, JVel Divine. They're with us right now, and we're just continuing where we left off. So this is episode 88, part 2. JVel Divine, how you doing? And Cole Red, how you doing?
I'm doing phenomenal. I'm doing great. Love being on this show. So, how you doing, Cole Red?
I still got a full bag of Cheetos, and I'm part of West Coast Mafia, Black Wall Street, and I'm working with Modern X. So what else can I be doing? You know what I'm saying? This is what's up.
For sure. So I see that you came out with Spiritual Gangsta, and it's available on all streaming platforms, and you got social media on TikTok, Facebook. You're on, I believe you said you are on Instagram, and you've been doing music for over 2 years, and you released an LP with 10 tracks. And now what I want to ask you about the LP, Miss JVel Divine, is who are some of the producers, and what producers would you like to work with in the future?
So on this LP, I have a few tracks from Cricket from SD, a few tracks from Godson as well from SD, and then I also have, I think, 2 from DJ Q from Oceanside.
Okay.
And definitely keep on working with Godson and Cricket for sure. They definitely, they gave me some dope ass beats, fire ass beats, and we made some magic. So for sure.
Do you write your songs? Do you write your songs with a pencil and paper, or do you write it in a notepad? Or is it like, do you just put everything in your iPhone or your device, or how does it that you copy your lyrics and perform? How does that work for you?
I definitely like to keep it. I definitely keep it old school. Definitely have a notebook and a pencil with me everywhere I go.
Okay.
For sure. I try doing the whole cell phone thing, but yeah, like I said before, like I'm definitely not tech savvy at all. So for me, it's just easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you more like, so that's anytime I hear someone say that they're not tech savvy, and when I hear them say that they like to just do the old school, and always, I don't know why, but it just reminds me of my guy DMX, because he always talked about, carrying his notepad and how he would write everything, and he pretty much would write everything down, but, pretty much maybe through, just from starting a conversation with someone, and then he can song off of that. So yeah, that, okay. So that's good. So, let me ask you something. So when you say you're not tech savvy, what does that mean? Can you break that down for us? Because I assume that means you don't know much about tech, but I want to ask you so I know what you mean. So what does tech savvy mean?
Like, I don't even own a computer. I got an Android phone. Like, I'm not really, technology doesn't really call my attention. Like everybody wanting the latest iPhone and all that shit. Like, nah, as long as I got something that works, like, I'm good.
That's just a government tracker anyways, right? Like,
yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Are you here to, like, conspiracy theories, JVel Divine? Let's unpack some things real quick, too. And I have some other questions, too, we're going to get into, too, right now. We're going to get spicy, y'all. So, listeners.
I like that.
Are you hip to conspiracy theory, JVel Divine?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, what do you feel about, like, the state of the world and, like, Agenda 20, 30, and 50, if you know what that is? If not, just, like, kind of what's going on with, like, the whole COVID thing. A lot of people are getting sick. And you're a nurse, too. So, wait. So, you know about the World Health Organization, too, then, right? Like, that's something that you probably know about since you're a nurse, huh?
Yeah, and you see with the whole COVID thing, like, I feel like that was just, like, the government trying to fucking do some weird shit. Like, I don't know, like, I'm actually kind of against the vaccines. Like, I haven't been vaccinated, which was also another reason why I kind of stepped back from the fucking nursing field.
Oh, wow.
I know, like,
So that,
like they were gonna see.
wow, this is good. This is good. So this is a real life situation. This is fire. Okay, so would you say that real life situation inspired you to where you're at now?
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure. And then, and I'm low-key glad, the whole COVID and the pandemic, that all that shit happened, because at the end of the day, like, that shit's what pushed me to, like, focus on my music. Like, I was fucking locked in the house for how many weeks, whatever. Like, I was just fucking writing and writing and writing. And I feel like a lot of the world also kind of, was able to just really just look within and heal themselves, because they really didn't have really much stuff to do, And
do you think COVID is real? So we're gonna get spicy. I told y'all I'm not done yet. Do you think COVID is over? And if it's not over, why are there people still out here wearing masks? And why are people still getting, like, COVID? Like, for example, I went back to school, right? They gave me a letter that said, oh, well, you're excused from being in default now because of COVID, right? Like, what's really going on? Because you're in the healthcare field, so you know about the World Health Organization and shit like this. Let's unpack some things real quick.
Well, I definitely think that COVID was like a man-made, disease or whatever, and like they were just, I don't know, and with the whole big pharma and shit, just trying to get these vaccinations out and the testing, like, I know that fucking brought in a shitload of money, like, and if it's still, if it's still a current, problem, it's probably because they're still creating out these new strains and, these, I don't know. See, COVID is just, I don't know.
Well,
that has like a big ass question mark,
yeah.
I don't know what's going on there, like.
Well, I have something to add to that.
Definitely suspicious.
Yeah. I think, I want to add something to that. I think that's a scary experience, and, it's a question mark answer to that, because it's, I don't think the COVID is actually over, because just like Corey said, you still have to wear mask in certain areas or certain places. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. I just walked into, I can't, let me think. Well, anyway, I know they're still doing vaccinations. They're not playing with that. And they still talking about them stimulus checks. So the COVID ain't completely over yet. But that's.
So here's another question too for Bill, right? And that too, like, cause we about to dig deep, y'all. This about to go down. Y'all better stay here. So what if there's chemicals in an N95 mask, JVel? Could that be a possibility in your professional opinion as a nurse? Could that be a thing?
Like relating to the COVID? Or
causing some kind of other further prognosis, y'all. Yeah. I'm not trying to turn her into a target, but let's talk some shit real quick. Let's go.
That's a great question. I honestly don't think that, it's because of the masks, that there's, further, issues that are coming up. Just because, those type of masks were not just used for COVID, it was used prior to that. And
yeah.
As far as I know, there wasn't any issue,
So you're aware of, like, what a forever chemical is, right, JVel Divine?
A forever chemical.
Yeah, forever chemicals. Are you familiar with what those? Go ahead.
First time hearing that.
All right, so hold on. Let me break this down and read this to y'all real quick so y'all know what I'm talking about, because the fact that you're a nurse is interesting, because I'm fucking Batman, like Blue Nose. I'm Batman, right?
Right.
So And so the EPA, are you familiar with the fact that the EPA said that drinking water is poison, JVel?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so that's public information. That's the first fucking thing. Is there's confirmation from the EPA that the fucking water that we've been drinking is fucking poison with like lead and all this other shit in it, right? So that's the thing. Now there's these things called FPAs, per and polyfluorinated alloy substances, also known as forever chemicals, are a large chemical family of over 4,700 highly persistent chemicals that don't occur in nature. So these can be found like in like shampoos, chemicals in buildings. It could be put in a mask, right? My hypothesis, and I'm still trying to find out how close I am to this hypothesis, is that these things, including the mask, were purposely put here, and it's a mass genocide that's being perpetrated on people, and that's why we're starting to have an awakening, like you were talking about a spiritual awakening, or people that are starting to speak for the people, such as yourself. How close am I to the truth, in your opinion? Let's go.
I think you're on it. You know, I think you're definitely figuring some shit out here, correct? Definitely. I think you definitely hit the nail on the head.
All right, so we're not going to tell you guys yet, but we're going to bring JVel Divine back tomorrow too. But tonight we're going to slow down on this, all right? So we're going to ask what the viewers really want to know, men and women right now, right? This is a very important question, JVel. You ready?
Ready. Stay ready.
It's going to be a two-part question. You ready? It's heavy. All right, you can stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, right? So check it out. Yeah, sugar-free voice, right? Pop's collar. So, look, Valentine's Day is coming up. You have a Valentine's Day is my first thing. And the second thing is, if you don't have a Valentine's Day, how does your Valentine's Day, guy or woman that wants to be your Valentine's Day, approach you? And what they got to bring to you on Valentine's Day? Like, that's Mando. Like, they got to show up and show out. You know what I'm saying? So how do they do that?
Well, I don't have a Valentine's date. And shit, to impress me, shit, take me to the fucking MC Magic concert, the Lil Rob concert on Valentine's Day in fucking Garden Grove. Shit, I'd be the happiest motherfucker.
You hear that? Are they bringing chocolate? Are they bringing roses? Are they bringing candy? They bringing sweethearts? Y'all remember the little sweethearts that come in a box when y'all was a kid and you had a Valentine's Day card, pass it around the room? What are they bringing treat-wise? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Probably a little bouquet with some roses and some sativa nugs on it, you know?
Yeah.
So flower over flowers, in your opinion, right? That's what you're saying? Flower over flowers right now?
Flower over flowers. All day, every day.
I got that in my Dago voice.
Wow, that's dope.
Music, super happy. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Girl really needs.
Valentine's
out there, y'all heard that. I asked that important shit.
Valentine's Day is coming up, and what month is that? February? February 10th, huh?
February 14th.
Oh, yep. February. Wow. Same day.
Black History Month. That brings me to my next question too. That brings me to another question, you guys.
Oh yeah.
Is there a Chicano History Month? If there's a Chicano History Month, what is that day about, and how do you celebrate it? Let's go.
Well, see, I stay celebrating. It's not just 1 month. I fucking celebrate, 365 days of the year.
Right.
I know we do have a fucking month. I don't even fucking, it's in, let me see, I'm looking it up now. Well, September 15th to October 15th, that's National Hispanic Heritage Month.
Okay.
Can you say that one more time? You say that one more time.
September 15th to October 15th is National Hispanic Heritage Month.
Nice. So we got National
Let's go.
Hispanic.
I'm gonna take a breath.
Okay, that's coming up. That's coming up this year. Okay. Wow, that's gonna be after Valentine's Day, closer to, the end of the year. So, what was your scariest experience throughout the pandemic? if you don't mind.
Scariest experience?
Yeah, for you, it yeah.
Definitely working as a nurse throughout the pandemic, and having because I was fucking gowned up, masked up, fucking with I had to do the work and shit, and then having a little girl to come home to, and then just knowing I could very easily, fucking infect her with all the germs and all the fucking, the viruses and stuff that was definitely scary. I was always scared to fucking get her sick.
Oh wow! So you have a you have a child?
Yeah, I got two. I got an 8-year-old daughter and a soon-to-be 3-year-old son.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's good to hear. Wow. Yeah. So I'm glad they're okay throughout the pandemic. I'm glad they're okay. Yeah. What kind of symptoms, how did you feel about the vaccination thing? Because I know you said that goes against your beliefs, but you went and got the vaccination anyway. Am I correct?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
Go get that.
Oh, okay. So what was that like? How did you? What kind of pressure did you get from people when you told them that you didn't get vaccinated, or what was that like?
Yeah, I definitely feel the judgment and shit. Thinking that I was being selfish and whatnot, but I didn't feel right with it. Something did not sit right with me, and the way I saw it is if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. And even though I've never been vaccinated, I've never been sick with COVID. So I don't know.
Okay. No, that's you said it right. Yeah. Wow. So what so you're an artist now. You're a former nurse. You're a tattoo artist. So what work do you most enjoy doing?
Definitely making music. That's become my number one passion.
Really?
And I wish I would have found it sooner. I would have been done making music. It makes me so fucking happy. It's just a whole different high, and yeah. So I don't think I could ever see myself not being an artist now.
So what do you see? So you said that you were a tattoo artist. So I see. So do you feel like there's do you feel that you are establishing yourself as an artist? Well, okay. Here's the question. So, how long were you a tattoo artist, and where is that going for you?
See, tattooing was more so of a hobby.
Okay.
I never. So yeah, when I stopped nursing, I wanted to just focus on my creative endeavors, and at first it was tattooing because that's what I was most comfortable with.
Okay.
Just drawing in general. I love to draw. I love to draw portraits and realism and stuff.
Wow.
So I knew if I could draw I want to see what I can do and take it a step further and go tattooing. But once I started making music, I low-key I kind of stopped drawing and just focused completely on my music because that's what hella makes me happy, because drawing, I'm my worst critic, any little hiccup, I'll get fucking hella frustrated or get really bored drawing, and it felt more like work, I was, I don't know, making commission pieces and stuff, it was just, I don't know, it was just it started becoming a hassle and something I wasn't really enjoying anymore.
Really?
Music, that's just, it brings me a whole different type of joy and happiness, and it doesn't feel like work at all to me. It's play to me. So yeah, music definitely topped everything.
Okay.
Did you tat anybody notable or anybody famous or anything like that?
No, I don't even think I would have the confidence to do that. I tap myself up, tap some homies or my sisters up or whatever. But for me to actually, I don't know. See, I don't think I'm there yet.
So you have artwork on your body that you did?
Yeah.
What do you have? What? How many tats do you have, and how many and where are they? And which tats did you do?
So all the tattoos that I have on my thighs are my pieces, like a sun and a moon on one thigh, and then on the other one I have a rose, and it has like some calligraphy that says "Life is a beautiful struggle." That was probably my favorite. Yeah.
What's your most embarrassing moment, both in life and as an artist? Let's do that one.
Embarrassing. Wow. She's like, I ain't been embarrassed before.
We got yeah, we about to unpack it. We gonna see how much she wanna get. You know what I'm saying? You know what I do around here.
Okay, so like growing up, I was an ugly duckling. Like for sure, I was an ugly duckling. I was the loner, the kid that got like bullied to depression, like wanting to fucking kill themselves. Like I had no friends. I was, like during lunch, I was like by a fucking trash can, just listening to music and drawing and shit. Like I had no one, and because of like I was just very, very shy, very, very timid. I had social anxiety up the ass, and so every time I had to do like a presentation, a class presentation, I would fucking choke like hella hard. I would start stuttering, and see, one of my things is that when I get super embarrassed, I fucking turn bright red like a tomato, and just stuttering. I can't get no fucking words out. Start sweating, shaking, like, and then people start pointing at me and like, oh my gosh, she's turning so red, and that just makes me turn even redder. And it's like, that's probably like, yeah, definitely one of my most embarrassing. And just because I had to be so consistently, like, yeah, I'm just thinking back. I'm like, fuck, oh my god, and yeah, I don't know. That's yeah.
Wow.
Most embarrassing.
Well, that took a lot. That took courage. That takes courage. That takes a lot of courage for sharing that. Yeah, you did that. Yeah. Yeah.
And so definitely like becoming an artist, and then having to fucking, because being a rapper, like you kind of have to have like a, kind of like an elevated ego, kind of have that confidence and shit, and have that stage presence, be able to fucking talk fluently without, fucking just choking up on your words out of embarrassment and anxiety and stuff. So it's like, I definitely had to step out of my comfort zone. That was probably one of the scariest moments, like, in the music career, like, just knowing that I was going to have to fucking, switch up completely. Like, I had to do a complete transformation from who I, like, used to be and, like, step into a whole new persona and shit.
Do you smoke any weed?
Yeah, it's still a work in progress. Oh, yes, definitely. I'm definitely a strain.
What's your favorite brand, or what's your favorite strain?
Favorite strain? That's a great question. I can't go wrong with some fucking Girl Scout cookies or some fucking Ron Burgundy.
Ooh.
Like, as long as it's sativa or hybrid sativa dominant, like, I'm straight. I don't like that nighttime shit, like, in the couch. I don't like that.
What? I never even heard of that shit. I gotta try it.
I like it.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Y'all think, I'm sober. I fucking hate it because Modern X did some things with some weed that I can't say right now. But stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Just know, like, I'm upset about it because, like, I'm not smoking right now. You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm sober, and it's fucking unfortunate. Val, do you have a network of other artists? And if so, how do they support you?
I'm slowly starting to make, some connections and shit. Definitely, like, when I did that performance out in SD with a bunch of the other SD underground rappers and shit, like, I was able to, network with them, and then, like, on TikTok, seeing new artists coming up and shit, and connecting through TikTok. Definitely, that has helped me out a lot. And yeah.
Wow, that's what's up. That was a good question, Cole Red. Wow, I almost feel like I'm watching. I feel like I'm watching the interviewer. Okay, so
that's always a fun synchronicity. Go ahead, Blue. I got you. Go.
Okay.
Get you.
Okay. So what is your favorite? What is your most favorite tattoo? Because I know you. You got more than one. Do you have a favorite tattoo?
Yeah, I have a recently Guadalupe on my forearm, like a nice colored little, like kind of like not American traditional, but it's kind of like got a different little feel to it.
Okay.
That one or the 333 that I have tatted on my neck.
Ooh, okay. I saw the 333 on the cover art, and I noticed that right away when I seen the cover art. I said, "Oh, she got the tat on her neck," so we know, we know she's got a lot to say. Yeah, that's what's up. No, I really did check out some songs from Spiritual Gangsta, and I didn't get to listen to the full LP yet, but I listened to 2 songs, like, cause Cole Red, he had sent me something a little overdue. Like he kind of sent it to me a little late, but I got a chance to peep it before the episode, and I was like, wow, if I known that you were making this kind of music, I'd have been playing that, over the week.
I feel attacked, but it's not like always a thing with me. Like, I just was like, this week, guys, like, I love you. And then I felt bad because it was like, JVel, I'm trying to call you, I'm trying to blow you up, right? And this nigga's not answering his phone because he's busy doing what he's doing. And then, like, so I have to call Vel and be like, oh my God, they're like, fucking shit postponed. My anxiety and my trauma's all acting up, so now I have to listen to a fucking JVel song to fucking calm down.
That's right.
Yeah. So
moral of the story, listen to JVel. It makes your trauma and your anxiety go down, guys. That's the moral of the story.
Hey, that's a huge compliment. Fuck yeah.
That's the thing. Your music, Spiritual Gangsta, seems like it is very healing, because just like Cole Red said, you it's like it heals trauma bonds or something. You got trauma bonds, and then you got love bonds and things like that. And yeah, I think that your album or your LP has some spiritual healing to that. As soon as I heard it, that was like an antidote that was like a pill that I took when I started listening to it. I right away, that's how I felt about it. So, has your music? Oh no, yeah, no worries. No, thank you. Has it? So, what has changed over time? Since over 2 years ago. Because I know you're working on music videos. You said that you want to do some shows. So is there any new practices that you've taken to change the future to meet these expectations, for to perform or to music videos? Or how's that going for you? I hope that made sense.
In the beginning process of getting those videos out, but just in the meantime, while I'm waiting, for all that to go down and shit, like, I just been making little clips and stuff to try to promote my music on TikTok, and just being able to tell my story, even besides the music, just being able to talk and give my testimony. And just, so I can help give other people like a little insight of who I am and where this album came from and everything that led up to it. But yeah, that's all I can say for right now that
okay.
I can think of.
Okay. No, thank you for sharing that. Now, it took a lot out of me to ask that question. Yeah.
I want to ask you too, because you said that you hadn't done any shows, right? But I went to your TikTok and I see this big park where you're performing at. It looks like a big park, and you're rapping and you're killing it, right? So, like, What can you tell us a little bit about what that clip was that I'm referring to, if you're familiar with that clip, and how that occurred?
You said at a park, by the like a little that I did at Chicano Park, for down a fight. That was like one of the first songs that I had made. So that one I probably recorded like about a year ago. Yeah, but that was like before I even knew I was gonna put out an LP. I was thinking maybe just a single or a couple songs, but you know, it evolved to much more than that, for sure.
What I would ask is, when you when you write your songs, how long does it take to write a song for you? Like, how long does it take to just complete one song without actually like recording and publishing it first? Like, just to write it, like, how long does that process take you?
At most a night.
One night?
Yeah.
Wow. So, okay. That's pretty good. That's really good.
JVel, that you sing, so like, do you sing in the shower?
Oh, yeah. in the shower and in the car, like two favorite spots, for sure.
When you listen to a beat by a producer, do you like, when you write a song, that matches the theme of the beat, or are you like looking for a beat that matches the theme of your song? Or do you just like, because I know you said that you can just write and perform on any beat, but when it comes to like, you're writing something, do you need a beat that actually has the tone for the song or for a theme for that song, or like, how does that work for you?
As long as I can vibe with the beat, like, yeah, I can pretty much go with anything, but it's definitely important for me to vibe. If it's not a song that I would want to listen to like on a regular basis, I'm not gonna even fuck with the beat.
Okay. I got you. So if you can vibe to that beat, then you can probably relate to it or some way, or you can freestyle or write to it because you can vibe to it. But if you can't vibe to that beat, or if you don't want to vibe to it, then it's probably, you probably wouldn't, that probably won't be a good choice. So how do you, wow. So, when producers come
I'm pretty picky. I'm pretty picky with my beats, for sure. Like,
yeah,
I've gotten, hundreds of beats sent to me, and like I said, I'm pretty picky.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just got like a really what's it called? Like my what is it called? Damn, I'm thinking in Spanish. I can't even think what it's called right now. But it's, I've always been very musically inclined, and if it just don't, I don't know. Like, if it don't vibe with me, if it don't fit with me, I'm not even gonna fuck with it. I'm not gonna even try. As fucked up as that sounds, but I don't know.
Who's the biggest artist?
Like, I love a variety of music, like, so
yeah,
it's not just like I'm stuck on one genre,
Yeah.
As long as I can vibe with it, that's all that really matters to me.
Well, what is your favorite genre? What?
Damn, that's hard. Favorite. At the moment, some like.
Well, what's your top three? What's your top three genres?
Hip hop, R&B, and reggae.
Wow.
I got a question too.
Okay.
You know the shit that I do over here. What's the most trouble that you ever got into, JVel Divine? What trouble have you had? Like, you know what I mean? Maybe like without disclosing too much info. You know what I'm saying? Don't get nobody arrested.
What kind of trouble? Well, I'm a recovered drug addict, so I guess that's kind of getting into some trouble. But I mean, I've never gotten in trouble in trouble with the law, I definitely had to keep my nose clean in that sense, just because any type of trouble, like even with the law, like they'll take away my nursing license, and I worked way too motherfucking hard for that shit to let it go waste, you know. And so,
Okay.
yeah,
So
that's pretty much the worst of it.
did you say drug addict? Okay. So you're sobered up now. You're clean now.
Yes, free of the chemicals.
Okay, how long have you been clean for?
I've been clean for, it hasn't even been that long. It's been about 8 months now.
Wow. So you really are in your spiritual gangster mindset right now. It's only been 8 months. You're healing. Wow. So this is crazy.
Down on our square here, come on. Facts.
So God really spoke. So God really spoke to you then, because like God is really like, I guess it's like you're sharpening up your journey on the journey. As you go moving forward. So this is what I was asking you. Like before about has anything had changed over time since you had went in your music journey, because I didn't. That's good to know that that you did that. So by the way, what was your drug of choice?
Kristen S.
Oh, okay. So that was pretty heavy over there in the San Diego area, California.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty prevalent anywhere. But if for those who need a background about San Diego went from pretty hood, because like everybody goes to San Diego and I feel like they're like, oh, it's just the beach and SeaWorld and all this shit. Don't go to 43rd Euclid. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to cats like Midgy Twig, Cricket, to cats like that. You know what I mean? Because everybody that's been through the turf and they're making a positive impact now. If I didn't shout you out, shout out to you for going through that journey and getting through that. But for those that don't know, San Diego at nighttime, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a beautiful city. Gaslamp is beautiful, but it's active too. And there's other parts of San Diego that's active. There's a lot of people that don't know really how true San Diego really is. And there's a lot of drama between San Diego and LA, and particularly between San Diego and LA. There's a lot of triv, and people are really misinformed about a lot of things. How dangerous that city is, but it's beautiful at the same time. There's fucking pockets of beauty, and things like a lot of the stigmas have been removed. Like we had a place called the Four Corners, and now it's called the Four Corners of Life, as opposed to what it was called before. And so and we're seeing artists like JVel Divine emerge out of the city and do what they're doing and bring life to these people out here that are struggling, man. Because if you go to downtown San Diego, it's drug addicted and dirty. You see lots of homeless people being arrested. And a lot of it is because the city's not cleaning the shit up the way that they're supposed to clean it up, dude. But that's not just limited to San Diego. It's a lot of other places. But for those thinking that you're going to come to San Diego and you're just going to see SeaWorld, that's not necessarily what the truth is, man. You got to be careful how you approach that city. Am I correct, Divine?
Yeah, I agree. So some of the notable people out of San Diego, California, I believe was Nick Cannon. Am I correct? Nick Cannon is a... Okay.
His cousin is my baby mom. His cousin is my baby mom. I swear, I don't cap. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Oh, you have you got children too, Cored? Oh, you just joking.
Yeah, I have no, I do have a daughter. She's not in my life right now.
Okay.
Because sometimes, see, this is the thing that's what society is. We say when a man does something to a woman, but a lot of times it's not reported, or the man's just looked at like it's not serious or taken seriously, or like domestic abuse is not a thing when you're talking about a man in a lot of scenarios. I mean, how do you feel about that statement, Devon?
Wait, can you say that again? Because you kind of cut out a little.
My bad. I said yes. I have a daughter. And then I said, but she's not in my life. And I said, this is what happens when we mess with toxic people in toxic situations. And then I said, in a lot of regards, there's no such thing as domestic abuse for men. And I said, how do you feel about that statement? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of times like men's health isn't taken very seriously.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing, you know, like the whole double standards and shit, and that's like one of my biggest pet peeves, you know, like when parents are like, you know, feuding against each other, and you got like that little baby mama drama and shit that doing whatever they can do to keep you away from the kids. Like, at the end of the day, that the only thing that's gonna affect is your child, like, regardless of, you know, your past and shit. Like, your past doesn't define you, you know, like they're always gonna need both figures, mom and dad there, you know, and, you know, that makes me really sad, you know, that, you know, she's making it hard on you to be able to see your daughter and shit, and, you know, what you said about the whole domestic violence issue, like, domestic violence is definitely a real thing, you know, when a female beats on a dude, like, I've seen that shit plenty of times, and, like, that's a big-ass no-no, you know, and I don't know, man, that makes me pissed off just hearing that shit.
My ex-girlfriend stabbed me 3 times and called the police saying she feared for her life. And we talked about that, and we weren't going to talk about it on radio, but Blue brought it up. We're not going to bring her name up because I'm not just going to smut her out like that, because even though she doesn't have respect for me, I have respect for her. You know what I'm saying? And no, that's not simping. For those out there that think that's simping, like, I'm an actual real man. You know what I'm saying? Blue knows that I stand on principle and I stand on integrity. You feel me? But I also take credit for the places where I've made mistakes, rushing into processes or things of that nature. You know, because that's sometimes what leads us to certain places too. And that's what made me fall in love with your music, is that you have the impact to be able to show young women and even young men potentially a different form of leadership. Mm-hmm. You know, and you're in the turf, and Blue knows that's one thing that we stand on over here at JBLUE Radio, man. It's this one thing that we stand on over here is we stand on principle. We make a mistake, like 9 times out of 10, Blue's probably gonna correct me on it, you know, and we're gonna get into that, you know. Those are those things. So and that's just it, because I'm not perfect either, you know. I've been through the drug addiction. I'm a functional addict, I guess you would call me, because I can pick the bottle up today or put it down tomorrow, you know what I mean? Or I could pop Molly for a year and then like go a year without popping Molly. You know, that's been my life. Let's see what else. What's the best advice you've been given, JVel Divine, speaking along that core, and what advice would you give your fans?
Best advice just gives me in general, you're saying?
However you want to unpack that.
Best advice, probably not to get caught up in other people's opinions about you, you know, because one person's like truth might not be your truth, you know, and it's like they might try to do whatever they can to like to fuck up your reputation, or, you know, to fuck up the way you see yourself. And it's just to, you know, say, fuck the haters, fuck your opinions. Like, I know who I am. Stay true to yourself. As long as, you know, like, you're happy with yourself. And at the end of the day, only God can judge. And He knows, you know, everything that you're doing or not doing. And your true intentions and shit. So, like, don't even let that shit bother you. And you do what you gotta do and continue to do just continue to do you, and that's it, and just live happy, doing what makes you happy, not trying to fucking, please others.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I respect that. Yeah, because being a people pleaser is kind of what's happening in the music industry today. Or some of them are not really people pleasers, but they became codependent, and that might be because they were caught up with between other people's opinions of them, and they let that sink them. They let it sink them. So your music speaks volumes when it comes to that. If everybody wants to come to a realization about that, they can come to Spiritual Gangsta and can get a dose of that medicine on how to develop or recover from that. So yeah. Cole Red, what's your next question, man?
So a lot of artists carry, blickies, right? That's what they do, right? They carry blicky. We got drill rap. Everybody's talking about whatever random acts of violence you're talking about. What weapon does a spiritual gangster carry? Let's talk about that.
Wow.
Probably, just your words, your truth, your love. Like, that's all you really need. And just, as long as you're acting in the purest intentions, out of the goodness of your heart, like, your ancestors, your spiritual guides are always going to have your back, and at the end of the day, karma's going to get done. Like, you don't got to take no revenge or anything. Like, just let karma handle them, and karma's going to be a bitch, especially to, like the chosen ones, the ascended ones, on the spiritual path, because it's like all the fucking outcasts, all the black sheep, all the generational curse breakers, like, they're the ones that have, like, the most haters, the most demons, the most, just people trying to bring them down and stray them off their fucking path to righteousness. Like, yeah.
Why do you think people don't?
That was a great question.
Why do you think? Do you believe, or do you think that people don't focus on that? Like, because I hear a lot of people always talk about good karma and bad karma, but do you think they think about those things all the time? Do you think people really worry about that at all when they make irrational decisions?
I feel like in the prior to having, like, some type of spiritual awakening, probably not, because before mine, like, I wasn't aware of, good or bad karma. Up until, my third eye fucking hella open, like, I started realizing, like, what you put out in the world is, like, what you're gonna get. And working as a nurse and just being the type of caring person I am, like, I put out a lot of good, a lot of, shit that, like, I'm fucking proud of, and I've never wished any harm towards anybody. Like, that's just not the type of person I am. I'll never wish harm on anyone. And when I see other people, like, wishing harm on others, and then just seeing the kind of karma that they get, like, that shit's real as fuck, for sure. And yeah, and all the times I've been betrayed and shit, and just people doing me dirty left and right, like, just seeing their karma, like, any type of revenge I would have taken, like, the karma that the universe gave them, like, was way better than any revenge I could have ever think of, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think people initially think of it, but they should. They definitely should start.
You speak of betrayal, right? So, like, what is, without getting too deep into some, because we got safety words on the show too. If you need a handcuff key, you can get out, right? But what do you like? How what's the most betrayal that you faced? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the thing that you did, that somebody did that betrayed you most? And, like, what's the number one thing that, like, you won't forgive somebody for? Let's do that. I'm in these 2-part questions right now, y'all.
The worst betrayal. Probably when family, comes into play, just man, I could go really deep into it, and I really don't want to, because I've already let go, and I'm trying to forgive and not hold resentment.
Spiritual healing, right? Spiritual gangster. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. I like that.
Yeah, because resentment will definitely
bring you down.
Too.
Yeah.
It definitely weighs you down.
Yeah, like being bitter with God or your higher power. I think we've all been there, right?
For sure. Yep. But pretty much for one instance, one of my family members gave the green light to whoever they were affiliated with. I don't want to give too much information, but they came into my apartment and stole absolutely everything. Stole my car, stole my TV, stole all my shoes, all my clothes, anything that I had of value, completely gone. And just to know that, the family that gave the green light.
So it sounds like
that was pretty hard.
Wow. So it sounds like you had a hard time with that experience of betrayal, because these were someone that you trust. And that's the hardest part about betrayal, is that when someone you trust betrays you. And so that's I
like the people that I give love, it's like,
hey, Blue, it's all shout out, high vibes. I'm horrible. I shouldn't have did that. No, because I'm still not. So I'm like, I got my heart broken, Divine, and I'm still not over it. Oh, yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's what you get to sipping, nigga. That's what they'll say, right?
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We got about 8 minutes left before this episode becomes 1 hour. But yeah, we
right, let's do.
Take your time, no. We take your time. We got a few minutes.
Let's do. What's the one thing that you wouldn't forgive someone for?
Causing harm to my kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a fair.
Don't fuck with my kids.
That's a fair one. She said.
You can do or say anything to me, but the one way to get to me is do my kids. My kids mean the world to me, and fuck no, I'm already getting pissed just thinking about the scenario. Oh hell no.
All right, let's bring her down a couple notches, folks. What's your spirit animal?
A panda. I fucking love pandas.
What? A panda? Really?
Pandas my thing too. Because pandas are soft and cuddly, but they'll fuck you up. A panda is a panda. But a panda's they're the light skinned niggas of the world. They pretty as fuck, but they'll fuck you up.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's I never heard no one say it like that.
My spirit animal, probably either a white wolf or a panda. Probably a white wolf or a panda. Yeah.
I think my spirit animal could be a tiger and possibly a wolverine. I don't think nobody. I just say that because I love Wolverines, and I've always wanted to see a Wolverine and a badger go at it. I know a badger will fuck a Wolverine up, but I know that Wolverines are bigger, and you can't bring a badger to a cold climate. So I know that Wolverines will fuck up a badger in a cold climate, especially if the badger comes around the girls. or, you know, any of his kids, it's old. Them Wolverines will fuck them up. But you don't bring a Wolverine to a warm climate because the badgers will fuck up the Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they're distant cousins, and I that's why I said those are my spirit animals. That's a good question, Cole Red.
So, all right, so let's do this, Divine. So, God or girl brings you a bottle, right? And it's your favorite. What are they bringing you? What's in the bottle?
What's in the bottle? Probably some fucking Patron or some fucking what's it called? The Honey Jack Daniels. Yep.
Okay.
That right there.
Yep.
I got one more, and then I'm gonna ask you another thing. So, if you could open for any artist right now, who would you open for? And who would you work with too? Like, what artist would you work with if you could do both of those things? I'm like, got something else for you after that.
I would love to open up for fucking Russ or J. Cole or some fucking.
Wow. J. Cole. Lucas Joyner.
Yeah.
Speaking of J. Cole,
Kendrick Lamar.
I don't know if it was his birthday yet, but happy early birthday or happy late birthday, J. Cole, because his birthday is this month. Well, he's an Aquarius, so I know his birthday's coming up. Wow, those are good. Russ, J. Cole, Joyner Lucas. What about Cole Red? Would you like to open up for Cole Red?
He can open up for me.
You see what you started, Blue? Speaking of Joyner Lucas, you got 24 hours to live. Divine, what would you do?
Wait, what was that? Say that? Run that back.
Speaking of Joyner Lucas, you have 24 hours to live, right? What would you do?
I have 24 hours to live. Well, I have to at least spend a majority of that time with my kids, you know, they're my everything. And then besides that, probably go and make a move on this one little crush I have.
What?
And jump out of an airplane, for sure.
Ooh, okay. Would you, is this person male or female?
She's female.
Oh, shit.
She's female.
Oh, snap. Do you know her name?
You put me on blast. Ooh. Put me on the hot seat.
You see what I'm doing? And that's that revenge for that opening up for you guys. Love you, man.
Well, let me ask you this: Is she Chicana?
She is.
What? Oh shit! I would like to know. I would like to know more. I would like to know more about that on the next episode, but we have about 1 minute left. So before we wrap this up, I just want to say I want to thank JVel Divine and Cole Red for being on this episode. It's an honor and a blessing to have JVel Divine and Cole Red on this episode. Thank you so much. Thanks to all the listeners for tuning in. Don't forget, this is episode 88 on DJ Blue Radio, the JBLUE Show on Spreaker.com. Make sure y'all check out episode 87. That's part 1. Episode 88, part 2. Part 3 coming up. We're going to wrap it up after these messages. Anything y'all want to say before we wrap this up?
I just want to chat out about it.
One person at a time.
I want to shout out Cosmic Assembly, Cali Bombay, Dave Blasey, West Coast Mafia, and Black Wall Street, and Modern X.
Modern X, yeah.
For sure.
And but for real, it was a great pleasure, you know. And thank you for having me on your show, for sure.
Hey, Silly School too. We got to shoot him out.
Anytime. You're always more than welcome on the DJ Blue Radio show. And again, I really, really honor and, you know, I thank you both so much for sharing this spiritual healing, you know, and
Bird too, nigga. Tweet, bird. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all check out Spiritual Gangsta by JVel Divine. Make sure y'all check that out. And don't sleep on JVel Divine, and don't sleep on Code Red. All right. And make sure y'all don't sleep on Modern X. All right. So I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Thanks again, Code Red. Thanks again, JVel. We're gonna be right back after these messages, and we are out. Have a wonderful night. Peace.